Hi guys, so welcome back. Today we will be doing some hip opening exercises and we have Ambarish Vaidya with us today. Ambarish is an old friend and he is a CA and a lawyer and he is also based out of Pune. So let's start our practice today. Close your eyes, sit straight, let your back be arched and erect. Keep on breathing. Focus on your breath. See the way that it's rising and falling on its own. Check the quality of your thoughts. You're feeling anxious, happy, sad. Just accept your thoughts as they are. And tune into your body and check whether you are feeling cramped, you're feeling energetic, you're feeling tired. Accept this fact. You can't really change these facts right now. Just set your intentions to today's practice. Set it in your mind that you have to finish the practice today and try to learn and get as much as you can out of the practice. Remind yourself that you have committed to the project for your own good. Take a deep breath and join your hands. We will chant Om 3 times. वंदे गुरुणा चरणारविंदे संघर्षिता स्वात्मा सुखावबोधे निःश्रेयसे जांगलिका यमाने संसार हाला मोहं शान्त्ये आबाहु पुरुषात्कारं शंखचक्र सिधारणं सहस्रशीर्षं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतंजलि. Om. Rub your palms. Place them on your eyes. Open your eyes. Let's start the practice. You can come in the center. Sit down. You can come in the center. Spread your hands wide. Activate your arms. They should be straight, elbows active, no bend in the elbows, back arched and rounded. Yes, and now do 10 rotations. Sit straight. 2. Keep on breathing normally. 3. So we'll first warm up the body for 5 minutes and then we'll start our exercise. 6, 7. Keep your arms straight. 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to keep the activation in your hands. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now place your left hand forward exactly in the center. Place your right hand exactly at the back. Sit straight and try to look at the door from the other side, from the right side. So here you have to stretch your back. Try to sit straight. Try to take your right shoulder back and left shoulder forward. Look back at the door and try to give it a twist. You have to deep breathe in every twisting position, and with every exhalation try to twist more. So we'll do 3 breaths. 1, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Change side. If you have any questions, you can ask me during the session. Sit straight. Now try to take your right shoulder inside and left shoulder back. So try to give that activation from your shoulders. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Get in a tabletop. You can now get into a tabletop for a cat cow. So get in a tabletop. You can face the wall so that everybody can see the angle. Be on the mat. Okay. So in a tabletop, your back should be neutral. Your hips and knees in the same line. So this is perfect. Your arms straight. No, arms also should be perpendicular. So this is right. Spread your fingers so that the whole body weight should be spread across your palm. Otherwise, you will injure your wrist. And now on my instructions, we will do a cat and cow. So exhale, head in, ribs in and hips in. So completely round your back in this. Completely round. Yes. Stay here. Get that core activation. Now head out, ribs out, hips out. Get your hips out, further out. Yes, you will feel tailbone activation. Again, exhale, head in, ribs in, hips in. Activate your core. Inhale, head up, ribs up, hips out. Feel the arch in the back. We'll do one more time. Head in, ribs in, hips in. Activate core, head up, ribs out, hips out. Now we'll do the same thing, but we'll change the sequence. So first hips in. First we have to round the back. Hips in, ribs in, head in. Now head out, ribs out, hips out. Hips in. No, not head in. Hips in, ribs in, head in. Head out, ribs out, hips out. One more time. Hips in. No, not the head. Hips in. Only hips. Good. Ribs in, head in. Activate core. Head out, ribs out, hips out. Very good. So this position in cat and cow, you can relax. This position of cat and cow helps you to activate your whole spinal cord. So your whole spinal cord should get completely rounded and your spinal cord should get completely arched. So whenever you are into this pose, imagine your spinal, every vertebra of your spinal cord getting activated. So head in, ribs in, hips in. So you see the round, my spinal cord is completely rounded. My hands are protracted. I am trying to push myself away from the floor. And when I am doing the other way around, it is completely arching. So this gives you very strong spinal cord and very strong back muscles. Now let us do basic knee roll. You can face me. Get on your toes, on your fingers. Slowly get back on your heels. Again, get back on your toes. Get back on your heels. We'll do 2 more times. Toes, heels, toes, heels. Now face the camera. We will do Tadasana. Stand straight. Your legs should be, your feet should be evenly placed on the ground. So don't load your foot or heel or sideways. Just be equally spreading your body weight on your feet.
Should there be space in between the 2 feet?
You can have a little bit of space. You can have your legs hips width apart also if you want, but let your feet be parallel to each other. So your legs are like a V right now. So let them be parallel to each other. Pull up your kneecaps. Activate your quad muscles. Hips in. So hips in. Core active and up. Shoulders rounded back. Hands straight and active and down. And look straight. And while inhaling, just take your hands up. Don't change the other things of your body. So your legs have to be extremely active to feel the root activation, as if you are grounded, firmly grounded on the floor, but your hands want to touch the ceiling. So quad active, core active and up, shoulders rounded back, look straight. We stay here for 10 breaths. 1.
Yeah, I feel so because of the leg position, I feel the legs are perfectly grounded.
Yes, good. 3, 4, 5. Don't let the activation go. Your hand should touch the ceiling. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly take your hands down. Now after this full body activation, let's start with our hip openers and leg exercises. Before hip opening, we will do 10 yogi squats and then we will go to hip opening. So stand straight. You can join your feet also. You can have extremely little distance based on your comfort, but they have to be parallel. I mean, no V, otherwise you will be damaging your knees. You can keep little bit different distance or join.
Join is
okay. Keep your hands straight. Now when you go down, you have the only one rule here is, or actually 2 rules, is your knees should not open up when you are going down, and when you are going, second rule is when you are going down, your knees should not go in front of your foot, otherwise you are going to damage your knees.
okay.
So go down straight and sit down. Go down as much as you can. I will hold you. Go down as much as you can. Okay, let's do it differently.
I feel a lock here.
Which is okay.
Okay.
Maybe it's because of the hand. So do one thing. You face the wall. Don't put your hand straight. Put the hand here on the cupboard. Yes. Okay. Then come forward. And now try to go down with support. Go down. And you can stop wherever you can. Go down. It's okay. So you might be feeling a stretch here right now.
Yeah, on the
Right, it's here. So stay here for 2-3 breaths and come up. Now when you keep on doing this for 15, 20, 30 days, you will realize your range is improving. In fact, your range will improve as you go down. See, you have already improved your range. Come up.
I feel as if there is some lock fit here.
No, it'll open up. Everything opens up. 3. So when you're going down, you have to breathe. If you don't breathe, nothing will happen. Now loosen your hands. Take off the hand and do it. Keep it on your waist wherever you want to. Increase the distance little bit. Maybe that might help you. Check now. Okay, come up. Yes. So let's do 10 times. I will do the full so everybody understands. You have to go and be wherever best you can be, and be there till I come back to that position, so that we finish at the same time. Okay, so we'll start. 1, come up. 2, come up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 6, inhale, exhale. 7, inhale, exhale. 8, inhale, exhale. 9, inhale, Exhale 10. Just give me a minute. CD got activated for some reason. I hope my video is not got missed. Yeah. Sorry guys, so for some reason my Siri got activated and I thought the mobile is shut. So after this 10 counts, so Ambarish, what you need to do is you need to keep working on your hamstring, glutes and your outer hamstring muscles for stretching. Some of the easy stretches will be to hold the wall, keep on going down as much as you can. Second will be to maybe just touch your back to the wall and keep on going down. These are the exercises by which you will keep on building strength and flexibility in your quads. So now let us start our yoga. Okay. Get in the lock pose as I mentioned. So sit here, I'll tell you. So lock pose. First place your left leg in a straight line. Then put your right heel over your left knee. And left and right ankle over your left knee. So you have to be, it's like a log. Try to press and ensure that it's touching each other. So Ambarish, your leg needs to be on the knee. If it's not going there, try to get there. Yes, then you'll get a stretch. Let it not touch.
Yeah.
So now press your knee and try to touch it if you can. Don't overdo it. You should not be injuring. It will get down one day. Okay, and now keeping your back straight, hinge little bit forward. So you start getting a deeper stretch in your, if your right leg is above your left knee, you will start getting a very good stretch in your right hamstring and hip muscle.
Perfect.
Right? So keep your back straight, keep going down. You can hold your hands on the floor and keep crawling forward as much as you can. But the only rule is back should be straight. Don't go round and just reach somewhere. It's not about the reach. It's about keeping your back straight. Howsoever far you can go.
Can't go beyond this.
It's okay. So wherever you stop, take 3 breaths.
The back is straight, right?
Back straight. You're a bit hunched. Straighten. Yeah. Now change the leg. Now the trick here is, you should try it. If you can't, then you can use your hands. But ideal way is you just roll back and try to change your legs without touching your hands. If you can do it. Otherwise, you can use your hands. Just see if you can do it. Yeah, almost. So you have to aim for that. You should have that much core strength to just balance yourself, change your legs and come forward. Let's do the same thing on the other side.
Now this looks difficult now for me. Suddenly,
So there is some issue in your left.
no.
It's not there. Then you can.
There's a stretch, a lot of stretch.
Let it be. Then keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it here. Okay. If it is hurting, then you can come here. See, there should be a stretch, but you should not get injured.
Yeah.
So be in a comfortable position. If this is not happening, let it be here, let it be here, let it be here, let it be
Okay.
here.
So I can go down.
You can go down if you want
too
to.
much. Okay.
Okay.
I'm good now.
You are okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you are okay, in maybe 7 to 10 days, you will feel, so the best way to look at it is, whatever you are not able to do, click a picture of yourself, keep on practicing, and then again click a picture after 7 days. So you will be able to make out a difference.
Okay.
Start going forward. One, 2, 3.
Check on the back, please.
That is good. Now we'll get into Gomukhasana. So for Gomukhasana, take your left, so fold your left leg completely and then fold your right leg above your left leg. Ideal position is both your knees should be on top of each other, but if you don't have that flexibility, you can be wherever to begin with. Okay? Okay, so try to be as much close as you can, wherever you can. So this is also fine.
Yeah.
Now sit straight, but this is, you have to aim at a, okay, couple of rules. Both hips should be grounded. Just because to attain the position you can't be on one side.
Yeah.
Okay,
But they are.
so both hips should be grounded.
Yes, they are.
And try to have your knees on top of each other. Hold your feet, hold both your feet, and go forward.
My knees couldn't come on
That's
top of
okay.
each other.
It's okay. That will happen. Some people have very stiff glutes
Yes. I
and
know.
very stiff hamstrings. Maybe it will take 3 to 6 months to get to a good Gomukhasana.
Okay.
You need to practice at least alternately. So hold your fingers and go forward.
With the back,
Back has to be straight.
now the stretch is coming.
Yes. Slowly you will start finding stretch in your hamstring. 1, 2, 3. Now again change. Try to do this again without taking help of your hand. You can wiggle your foot. If you can, if you cannot, then take help of your hands. Okay. Hold your fingers. Don't overstretch. Whenever you feel that, so there it's a nice balance between not overstretching and not taking effort. So you have to feel that pain and stretch, but not to an extent that you will injure yourself and not do anything tomorrow. Okay?
Rajesh, question. So this leg is in the air.
It will go down gradually.
Okay.
It will go down gradually. So for that you have to, so now what you should intend to do, you should intend to give, instead of pushing from your right hand, you should try to give that activation to your leg to come forward from your glutes and from your thigh muscles. If you are going to pull it from here, then nothing is going to happen.
Okay.
Okay, so it will happen. It will happen on its own. Normally glutes take time to relax,
Okay.
but it happens. 6 months is good enough to get into a good Gomukhasana. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Get out of the Gomukhasana. So now after the stretches, let us do some strength, quad and hamstring strength exercises, which is, so you will be doing Virabhadrasana and Anjaneyasana. So let us start with Virabhadrasana. Come here, come forward. Have around 3 feet distance in your legs. Now point your left foot to the wall. And your back leg should be 45 degrees towards me. Now your heel, both the heels should be in same line. Yes, so you can take the reference point of this line maybe. Your right heel should go out. Take it further. No, not like that. Just take it away. Just take it away. So your heel should touch this line. So take it. Yes. So let both the heels be in the same line. Around 3 feet. Your hips should be facing the wall. So if that stretch is not happening, you can just raise your heel, back leg for a moment. Yes, but have this activation. Okay, full stretching. And now just try to touch the heel. If it is not getting, you can increase the distance between the legs also. You can just increase the distance if required between the legs. Yes. Now bend your left leg, and get into 90 degree. Go down. No, your angle should be 90 degrees. So go down, because the quad should start burning. Okay. Now hands up in Namaskar. Now up in Namaskar. Yes, to fully, Purana. Ideally shoulders behind ears. Back tight. And 1, breathe deep. 2, 3, deep breathe, continuous breathing so that you will lose fat. 4 and 5. Now come to a normal standing position. Let's do it on the other side. So again, right foot to the wall, left foot in 45. heels in same line. Just increase the distance a little bit. Hips towards the wall. Now go down in 90 degrees on your front foot. Just go down. Go further down. Further down, you're not even halfway. Go further down. Further down. Yes. Now hands up. Up over the ear. Back tight and arched. One. Look between your thumb. Look between your thumbs. Hand thumbs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, get to normal standing position. So this was A. In Veerbhadrasana A, what you typically try to do is your hips are facing the wall here right now, and the primary exercise is to strengthen your quad muscles and hamstring, quad muscles basically, and stretch your calf and inner thighs. So when you go down in 90, your hips, your quads will start getting activated, and your back is arched, your hands are up, and you look between your thumb.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this one more time because the angles are not really right, so I showed it once. So get into the asana. Now your heels are not in the same line. Take the left leg little bit out. Yes. So first, this 90 is very important. That leg back bend is okay. This 90 is, this is not even whatever. So go as down as you can. As down as you can. Till you reach a limit. Yes. Now hands up. And look between your thumb. 1. Deep breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Up. Now on the next other side. Slow. Good. So now you're looking at the alignment. So good. Go down. Go down. Down, 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 down. Reach a limit. Very good. Now hands up. Good. 1. Arch your back as much as possible. 2. I know this is difficult. 3. This pose is much better than previous one. 4. Deep breathe. 5. Yes, get up. So when you go for running also, quad strengthening is very important. So holding at a position will give you much more strength than squat. Okay, this was Veerbhadrasana A. Now let us do B. For B, the distance between legs is same. But in A, your back leg was in 45 degrees. Instead of that, keep it 90. So this should be 90 degrees, both the feet. Your hips should be towards the camera. So in B, we are going to sort of stretch the hips. So this is the activation. I am pulling my, I am not changing the angles of my left leg. I am only shifting my body balance towards the camera. Again I go back, go down in 90. Ideally not try to lift my foot. Ideally it should be on ground. But this is the last thing. This 90 has to happen. Okay. Even if this happens like this for at the beginning, it's okay. This will happen gradually. And then arms up and look towards middle finger. This is Veerbhadrasana. Again, very deep left glute and left quad will work here. Okay, get into the pose. Increase the distance a little bit. Yes, now hips to camera first. Hands active, arms active. Arms spread out and active. In the same line, fingers active. Active, ekdam active fingers. All fingers out active. Go down in 90, you're not down. And look at your left middle finger now. 1, deep breathe. Very good. 2, it's a good posture. 3, look at your middle finger. Deep breathe. 4, very good. 5, up. Other side, did you feel a burn in the quad?
Oh yes, I did.
Okay, good. Next, other side. Again, heels in one line, heels in one line. Thoda pudi. Yes, perpendicular. Hips to camera. Arms spread out and active, fingers. Go down 90 first, slow, slow, slow. Go down 90 and look at your right middle finger. 1, breathe deep. 2, 3, deep breathing. 4, 5. Good. Come up. Was it good?
Yeah.
Glutes also got activated.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, from Veerbhadrasana B, we will do a small variation here. So you are here right now. Okay. From this, we are not going to do any. The first we get into B, we are already in 90. We are active. Right now, our drishti is towards our middle finger. We just in the same pose get back.
See.
Okay. So your tension in your quad is still there, little bit less, but you give a deep twist to your back here and try to take your hand as back as possible, up hand, and left hand as down as possible without losing this activation. So it is just a thoracic spine bend. So first get into B. Heels are not in the same line. Very important, both heels have to be in the same line. So look this alignment and look at this alignment.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Line se यहाँ set लगे. Yes, okay. Get down into B.
Perfect. I got it.
Get down into B first. No, first into B. Go down. Look at your middle finger. Fingers active. And now just start getting back. Rotate this hand. Try to go up. Again, keep looking at your middle finger and go as back as you can till you have a twist here. 1, 2, twist more. 3, good. 4, your back is not active. 5, okay. Other leg. So very important. I'm going to just show you once. Very important. Back leg, back. Your back also has to be active. So when you are here, if you only do this, you will only be working on your hand.
Yes.
So your back has to be as active and trying to actively, twist, and so try to have your chest parallel to ceiling. I know it doesn't happen, but imagine. So then you will get that activation of going back, and then you will get a deeper twist, a deeper stretch on your glute.
Okay.
Let's do on the other side. The other side now. Yes. Heels in same line. Heel perpendicular. This leg is perpendicular. Yes. Left leg straight, pointing to wall. Go down 90. Go down first. You're straight here. You're going down only from your thigh. Okay. Now hands up. Raise your hand and actively stretch. 1. Hand active. 2. Back active and twisted. 3, 4, deep breathe. 5. Good. Come up. So this Veerbhadrasana series is a leg strengthening series. Now we will do a little bit difficult. You can come here. We will do a little difficult Veerbhadrasana D, where both your legs are together. You first go down, both your legs, both your hands try to touch. If you are not touching and hanging, it's fine. But the point is, now I am going to lift my right leg parallel to the floor. Okay, so if my hands are not touching, it's okay. But then I should be able to have my right leg parallel to floor. Leg is straight, toe is pointing out. Then I try to get down if I can. If I cannot, at least I have to. But try is, if your hands are not touching, you can bend your knee. That's okay. But touch your hand to begin with, so that you get this. This activation is important. If you are not going to get this activation, then touch your leg and then be active. Okay, this is ideal with your left leg straight. If not, bent leg is also okay. But have this parallel to floor with toe pointed out. We'll do this first, then we'll do the next version of D. So feet together first. Bend down. Touch. Just hold the floor. Touch the floor. If you can't touch the floor, bend your knees. It's okay. But floor should be touched. Now raise your right leg back. Raise your right leg back, straight, from your knee straight, toe active and pointed out. Now I'm leaving. You can bend, keep your left leg bent, it's okay. You can keep your left leg bent. This is, take this further up. Up, up, up. Arjun, 1. Reach your limit. 2. Further up. 3. Your glute should get active. 4. 5. Slowly down. And now the other leg. Glutes are active. Very good. So, other leg. Up. 1. Toes pointed out. Toe pointed out. Yes. 2. Good. 3. Knee active. Locked. Knee locked. Toe pointed out. 4. Deep breathe. 5. Okay, get up. Now in the same pose, when your right leg is back and up, in the same pose just try to join your, get into Namaskar. So if you are here, just try to get into Namaskar and balance. If your knee is bent, I am okay, but ideally keep it straight. Just get into Namaskar, both legs active, back active. You should ideally be completely parallel to floor. That takes time. I am also learning. I also fall off many times here. But just try to engage your core here. Otherwise you will fall off. So core engage, core. So when I say core engage, when you are in this position, take your tummy in and activate it. Otherwise you won't be able to balance. Okay, so first step is bend your knee. Just take your right leg back. Keep it active. Now take your tummy in. Join your hands. Yes. 1, 2. Very good. Try to straighten the left leg. 3. If you can. 4, 5. Okay, come down. Next leg. Good. Breathe out. Now next leg. Leg up. Join hands. Slow, slow, slow. Tummy in, tummy in, tummy in. Take your time to get into the pose. Tummy in. 1. Now imagine your head, back, hips, toe, ankle, everything should be in same line. So try to activate in such a way that 2, 3. Breathe, breathe, breathe. It's okay to fall off. 4. Last one. 5. Yes. Come on. Good. Now in the same position, instead of Namaskar here, you straighten the Namaskar. Okay. So you are here. First leg goes back. Okay. Again, if you see my knee is locked, toe is pointed out. Then my tummy goes in. My back is straight. I have this viewer here. Now, keeping focus, take your hands forward. Yeah, here. Now, the trick of balancing is your drishti should be at some object. So, if you are down, maybe you can look here, just have something in front of you. Your body automatically around it adjusts itself. If your focus is shifting, then your body is also shifting.
Okay.
So keep your focus at something static, which is something immovable, some dot, anything. And around it try to balance. So if you are here now, I normally what I do in here, anything which is below my eyes, I try to focus on that. So automatically my body will work around that dot. Yes, try.
Okay. This is a good idea.
So just go down, right leg up, go tummy in, back active, join your hands and take your hands forward above your ears now. Howsoever it happens, look down somewhere. You can look down here. 1, 2, breathe. 3, it's okay to fall. 4, try to join your hands. 5. Other leg, it's okay. Other leg, this is not an easy one. Left leg up. Hand join, tummy in, back active, hand straight. And look to the floor, so it will be easier to balance. 1, 2, join your hands. 3, go down from your back and lift your leg. 4, keep your leg lifted. 5, okay, good. So this is the Veerbhadrasana series of to work on your quads and glutes primarily. Okay. Now we will work a little bit on the hip flexor and inner thigh. We will get into lizard lunge. So first get into plank, high plank. Now take your right leg besides your right palm, here, somewhere here, as much as you can. As much as you can. This is your range, that will be it. Now put your left knee down and now get on your elbows. So it is going to be hard. At least first get on your left elbow, the opposite elbow. Yes, that is easier. Right elbow might be tight, and now try to lift your knee from the ground, left knee, and be here. 5 breaths. 1, look between your hands. 2, arms on floor, 3, are you getting a stretch? Yeah. 4, 5. Okay, get up. Get on a plank again from here. And other leg. Other leg. Yes. Go down. Right elbow first here. The opposite elbow is easier. Now the left. 1, 2, palms on the floor. Look between your palms. Deep breathe. 3. Deep breathe. 4. Lizard lunges are difficult. 5. Very good. Get up. Again get into plank. We'll do Anjaneyasana A and then we go on Shavasana. So get into into high plank. High plank. The one which you did. Now put your right leg between your hands. So here somewhere. Okay, that is the range. Be it. Now put your left knee down and just come up. Stand. Come up straight. Take your hands off the ground. Just come up straight. Just come up. Take your hands off. Rest on your knee. Now clasp your hands behind. Clasp your hands behind. You have to now keep them active and straight. Straight, as much straight and active as you can. And you have to now go forward. No, from your knees, so that you get a deep stretch in your left hip. And chest should be up to ceiling. You have to try to get that activation and knees up. So should I show it once? Okay, I'll just show it once. So you are here like this. Clasp your hands at the back, straight. You see my hands are straight at the back. Start going forward here. So, okay. And looking up at the ceiling. And reach a limit beyond which you can't go. Your back has to work. I'll show on this side also so people can see. So when you go forward as much as you can, your right quadricep should get stretched.
Yeah, it is.
Your back is very active and looking at the ceiling, and my hands are pulling my back down. Okay. So this is a drill for Anjaneyasana. Let us do that.
Okay. The feet should be.
You can curl it or you can keep it as a curling is better. You can curl it. Yes. Clasp your hands. No, clasp your fingers. Okay. Straight hands. As straight as. Now start going forward slowly from your hips. Go forward from hips. Okay, take your heels forward 90 degrees. Yes, now start going forward. but you have to look up. So you come forward from here and go up from chest. It's like this.
Okay.
So this is this activation. Getting stretch on left quad. Yes, 1, 2. Yes, slowly go forward. 3. Every breath keep on getting deeper. 4, 5. Other leg. Last 2 hands. Last 2 fingers. Fingers. Come forward. Come forward. From your hips. 1. Look up. Very good. 2. Are you getting a stretch here? 3. Come forward. Up. Don't fall. 3, 4, 5. Yes. Get into Shavasana. It was a good stretch and strength session. Just lie down. Start relaxing your body. Start from your toes today because your legs have really been tired. Your feet, calves, thighs, hip flexors, stomach. Just go on relaxing the whole body. Relax completely your eyes, forehead. Try to remember the practice. Remember what went well, what happened better than expectation, what was a surprise to you, which you thought should have happened, should have been easier, but was very tough, very tight. Try to recollect which muscles need more training. Breathe, deep breathing. Breathe through all the muscles which you feel are tight. Pat your back for whatever you could do rather than being unhappy for what you could not do. Every day there will be progress. Take a deep long breath and turn to your right. Stay here for 2-3 breaths. Observe the change in the breathing pattern. Come to a comfortable sitting position. Keep your eyes closed. With the closing prayer. Chant Om 3 times into the closing prayer. Join your hands. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तः न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Rub your palms. Just open your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Good. So hope you enjoyed today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.